Daily Conversations Part 3 Hometown. I left home and set up house in another part of town. Begin to live independently in a house. The first thing I need to do is to find some accommodation, somewhere to live or stay. This town has over 50,000 inhabitants, people who live in the country, town, etc. Are you resident in the US? If your home is in a particular country, town, etc., then you are a resident of that place. I haven't met my next door neighbor, a person who lives in the house nearest to you. I'm native of London, a person who was born in a particular place. If you get lost, ask one of the locals, a person who lives in a particular place. Homelessness is a growing problem in inner city areas, the condition of being homeless. A lot of people sleep rough or live rough in cardboard boxes. You sleep outside because you have no home. The families were evicted for not paying the rent, to force a person to leave the building or land where they live. They are moving house next week to go and live in another house. Alright guys, remember to subscribe to my channel for more daily lessons and contents. And remember to hit that like button as well. We must vacate the flat by the end of the summer. You stop living in a house and take your belongings away. I have got used to a better standard of living, the level of money and comfort that people have in their everyday lives. In most of big towns, there's a commercial center, an area with lots of banks and company offices. Almost every day, particularly in the rush hour, I am or get stuck in a traffic jam. The times each day when there's a lot of traffic because people are traveling to or from work, unable to move because of traffic. This is really stressful for commuters who travel to work in the town, someone who travels a long distance to work every day. Vandalism is one of the major problems in our city. The crime of deliberately damaging things, especially public properties. A picturesque New England village in the fall. Pretty and interesting, especially in an old-fashioned way. I grew up in the East London slums, a house or an area of a city that is in a very bad condition and is very poor. I had a pretty hectic social life, very busy or full of activity. In big towns, you can see a continual bustle of people coming and going, energetic activity. A lot of people are moving out of rural areas to urban areas, connected with a village, connected with a town or a city. It is a rundown, inner city areas, an area that is in a very bad condition. The whole town was on the streets, all the people who live in a town or a city. I'm moving downtown, to or in the center of a city. Which part of town or district do you live in? An area of a town. Many people live in the suburbs and travel to work in the center of the town. An area of town where people live outside the center. I live in the outskirts of Bradford, the parts of a town or city that are farthest from the center. I lived in the other side of the square, an open space in a town or city that has buildings all around it. Now practice, listen and read carefully, then get back and repeat with me. I live in Sydney, a city located in the east coast of Australia. It is a modern, tall city with a lot of skyscrapers everywhere. But you can also find some picturesque old buildings here and there. Sydney is a beautiful city with a harbor and over 5 million inhabitants. I think life in this city is very exciting, especially for young people. There are always plenty of things to do. There's a wide range of shops and lots of nightlife. Sometimes It gets busy in rush hour, and the streets get so packed with traffic that travel is very slow or even comes to a standstill. You can also see a continual bustle of people coming and going. This is really stressful for commuters who travel to work. In Sydney, there are a lot of wide streets lined with famous Australian gum trees. The weather is almost always very hot. I think I have a hectic life in Sydney. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Now's your turn. Comment what you like about your hometown. Don't miss out my daily lessons by hitting that subscribe button. Also remember to hit that like button please. You may need to watch these contents as well. Thanks for watching and I will see you tomorrow.